मेंबर्स ऑन द डायस. मराठीमध्ये दोनच शब्द असतो, त्याच्यानंतर 1000 बोलले की 10,000 बोलले ते वक्तावर डिपेंडेंट असतो आणि श्रोतांवर सुद्धा डिपेंडेंट असतो. पण सर्व आपले लाईट हाऊसचे सगळे मुलं खरं इथे आल्यानंतर आणि कोणीतरी मुंद्रा जी को बाद में ट्रांसलेट करना पडेगा, बट आय थिंक इट विल मेक सेन्स टू स्पीक इन मराठी. तर आल्यानंतर खरं खूप खुशी वाटली आज. म्हणजे पिंपरीचं सुद्धा मी सेंटर बघितलं आहे, पण इकडचं सेंटर आय मस्ट से इट इज अन इंडिपेंडेंट सेंटर विच गिव्स इट अ व्हेरी डिफरंट फील. आपला पिंपरीचं जे सेंटर आहे तर काही नाही म्हटलं तर मल्टीपर्पज आहे. मल्टीपर्पज हॅज इट्स ॲडव्हान्टेजेस, हॅज इट्स डिसॲडव्हान्टेजेस ऑल्सो. पण इकडचं सेंटर आणि स्ट्रक्चर पण जे झालेलं आहे, म्हणजे महानगरपालिकेला सुद्धा आपले इंजिनियर्स आणि सर्वांचं कौतुक एक प्रकारे केलं पाहिजे. चांगली बिल्डिंग बनवली, खूप चांगलं व्हेंटिलेशन आहे, खूप चांगलं लाईटिंग आहे आणि एंटर केल्या केल्याच असं वाटतंय की यू एंटर्ड अ गुड स्पेस, अ पॉझिटिव्ह स्पेस. and also because the plantation is so good all around, so it's not a new place. The इथे बाजूला आपला स्केटिंग रिंक, आपलं स्पोर्ट्स फॅसिलिटीज आहे. तर आपल्या इकडचे मुलांच्यासाठी खूप चांगली आपली सुरुवात झालेली. याच्यासाठी ई क्लर्क्सची संपूर्ण टीमचा खूप खूप धन्यवाद. थँक्यू टू ऑल ऑफ यू फॉर having funded it and being ready to fund it for the next 3 years. Multiple years. So 3 plus multiple years, and Mr. Mundra is, I'm sure, just committed to that as well. And I must really appreciate Dr. Ganesh and Ruchi both, and the entire Lighthouse team backed by our social welfare department. I've seen right from when Chatankar Saab was there, Nantar Indalkar Saab was there, now he's again back in the department for specific things. I think it's been a very proactive department that way, and special kudos to Ruchi, you and your entire team. I think it's one of the best CSR projects that I've seen. I was just telling Ganesh also, I'm really excited about the GOYN also that we are doing. And I feel going forward, the GOYN as a bedrock and the building blocks of WOW centers plus Lighthouse plus our own skill development initiatives, connect with the industry, connect with the educational institutes, can really become a model that we can be proud of as a city. Just to give you a slight this thing, recently when Honorable Deputy CM inaugurated this center, and that's why you have the party also for the inauguration. I did brief him thereafter about a tentative or future prospective MOU that we are signing with you. He was extremely happy, along with our Palak Mantri also, and our Palak Mantri Sahab has been a big supporter of your lighthouses. And he took really keen interest that day as well in his speech as well, of having specifically mentioned that it's great that along with buildings you are inaugurating 2 lighthouses today. So I think that was something which is really great, and I myself am personally really excited about the entire saturation model जे आम्ही आता पुढे विचार करतोय. आणि त्याच्याच आपला फाउंडेशन घेऊन त्याच्यावरच जेवढे काही आपले स्किल डेव्हलपमेंट इनिशिएटिव्ह आहे त्याच्यावर जर आपण बिल्ड करू शकलो, तर हेच मुलं जे आपले फाउंडेशन कोर्समधून जे आपलं बेसिक ट्रेनिंगमधून निघतात, तर त्यांना पुढे ॲडव्हान्स ट्रेनिंग आहे, ॲडव्हान्स स्किलिंग आहे, त्याच्यानंतर कनेक्शन विथ द इंडस्ट्रीज. आय थिंक ऑल ऑफ दॅट इफ वी आर एबल टू क्लोज दॅट लूप, then nothing like it, because no matter how much we keep doing other things, if we could get a job to a deserving candidate, to a person, to all these young individuals sitting here, then I think that can be the greatest contribution that I can have as a commissioner for the city, and you guys can have an organization, or Mr. Mundra can have, being content and happy of having sponsored a good CSR project. There are a lot of multiple CSR projects. Some are for the capital part of it, some are for just creating a building. But I think it's great that you could enter in, because this is not it's not a capital project, so to say. It's a project, which is more into the field of capacity building and more into the field of skilling, etc. And I keep telling on various platforms, when Vijay was there with us some months back, we had the CSR event, and that is what I was telling all the CSR partners also, that please don't keep funding just a shada ka room or a hospital ka operation theater. Those things are important and we can also do it. PCMC has the financial wherewithal to do all those things, but it is things like this which require a recurring expenditure, probably where PCMC can and cannot do. We could do it also, but probably there is a bit of a limitation. And if that is where CSR partners can come in, I think that is where a more long-term engagement can start. And you as CSR partners also bring a lot on the table which probably we can't bring in a PCMC. Some things we can bring on the table which CSR partner cannot bring. And something in between Lighthouse, which is sort of like a bridge between you and us, can work really well if these things take on from here. So I think a big round of applause again for eClerk's team to have agreed to have funded this. And I think this lighthouse can really become a lighthouse for the other lighthouses or other of your projects also to follow. And once again, kudos to the entire lighthouse team led by Dr. Ganesh and Ruchi, Shrutika, everyone around here who've been driving the Pimpri lighthouse and this lighthouse. The only word of advice to you and to my team and probably to myself would be to find more intensive and aggressive ways as to how to do the further front ending for all these kids. We are already doing it. We need to probably go further because there are always gaps. In every program there are gaps. How we can do it and aggressively fulfill that so that all of these kids right outside from here can be placed at a place where they feel good, where attrition is less and they feel settled enough. I always keep telling them, don't get satisfied, because if you get satisfied when you're 20, 25, it's not a good thing. Probably you should not be satisfied even when you are 60, 70, 80 as well, but not at least when you are 25, 30. So they should also look at the best interest that's available to them. But we need to work more aggressively on that count, and I'm quite sure once the GOY thing and the other things kick in, those sort of synergies would come in very, very naturally. But once again, thank you for calling me today. Sorry for scooting off on a rush notice, but we have DPDC, so I'll have to just immediately leave. Thank you once again. Thanks. I'll take your leave. I think you guys can sit and continue also. Yeah.